This is the Roar in Resonance podcast, and I am your host, your cosmic companion on this wonderful journey, Sally. My cosmic name is Akandara. That is in light language, the language of our soul. So if you resonate with light language and you resonate with my name, you are probably one of the members within my soul family. So welcome home. And either way, welcome home, my dear soul family. I truly, truly, truly am so excited that you're here with me today. On today's episode, it is another tarot card of the day. And the card that I pulled for us is the Queen of Cups in reversed. And many tarot readers, there are many tarot readers. Some will read only upright, others will read both. It truly does depend on each person and their relationship with the tarot and oracle. And personally for me, I like to read both the uprights and the reversal. The tarot itself already is a very complex, I'll call it a tool that is used, that I personally use for creating my own reality. I don't use it to tell in like a fortune tool, telling tool. No, I use it as a way to craft my own reality. I use it as a way to guide me in this journey and living as a human being. It is my journey from the full to the world and all in between. And so with that, I read both the upright and the reversal because as humans, we are multifaceted being, we are multidimensional being, and I really resonate with as above, so below, as within, so without, and I believe that the tarot in its upright has a whole bunch of meanings and that supports our journey. Additionally, I feel like there is a space for also the reversals to truly dive deeper into the core of our being. So that is my little spiel around tarot. All right, tangent aside. So the Queen of Cups, when I feel into the Queen of Cups, cups are all about our emotions, our intuitive body. I feel like this divine, there's this flow between the divine and self. So when I feel into the energy of the Queen of Cups, I feel her oceanic width and depth. And she is the most intuitive sacred feminine within the deck. And when I talk about sacred feminine, I am referring to the energy. There's the yin energy and there's the yang energy. Feminine energy exists in all of us, just as masculine energy, both energies exist in all of us. It's the yin and yang energy within all of us. So for me, another tangent aside. So for me, the Queen of Cups is really feel the fullness of her. Like in her fullness, she is connected to the divine, and the divine flows through her. Meaning messages are coming through very easily. There is such a beautiful ease to this relationship between the Queen of Cups and the divine, between our sacred feminine, our healed, that's not the right word, our wholeness. When we are in our complete wholeness and fullness of knowing when to receive and when to surrender and when to just flow with the divine, appreciate and accept the fullness of our being, magic, our mirror magic and miracles are just happening so easily. There's just this ease that comes with it. So as I'm connecting with the Queen of Cups today, I feel like the divine, when she is connected in her fullness, the divine is flowing through her. And it's interesting, the word that's coming up is voraciously. Like there's this deep hunger. There's this deep soul, it's really deep, deep soul craven hunger, very voracious appetite, and it's very, oh, it's aligning to the energy of the awakening of spring. You know, there's this powerful burst of energy, and that's it. There's this powerful burst of energy. So there's magic in the air, and I feel her soul dance into the rhythm of the stars. Her body is a collection of galaxy and stardust, and I feel like there's like this whirlwind of energy right now when I connect to the Queen of Cups in her fullness. So now as we dive deeper, so when the first thought that came to my mind when I saw that she came out in reverse was so below. You know, just as we rise to the heights of our consciousness, to the euphoric feeling of the fullness of greatness, our power. Now we're gonna go the other way. We are gonna go into the depths to which is also has its own fullness, to the depths of her being, the depths of her soul. And I feel like this is really closely tied, and I think this will be very interesting this week as I'm doing tarot cards of the day for this week, and maybe I'll do it for next week just to see how it all goes. But it's telling a story here. So flowing with yesterday's card, things are moving rapidly. So as I mentioned before, there's this whirlwind of emotions, and I feel like things are just moving so rapidly, and we don't have a foot in, and it feels like a tsunami just wants to come through. Whirlwind, tsunami, so we're already talking about a lot of powerful energies here. And in this whirlwind of energy, in this tsunami of energy, I'm feeling myself, there's a little bit of a disorientation, a spiral, an out of control loop where I am seeing right now us trying to climb against the current or fighting against the current, walking against the current, and through fighting against the current, we're continuously falling. And as we continuously try to move on forward, we're falling again. So I think there's this, with all the energies that are going on right now, this whirlwind of energy, the tsunami of emotions, we want to be able to grab a footing, and there is no footing. And I think that can be very disorienting. And with that being said, right, there is an opportunity to figure out how we can invite a little bit more ease into this process. An opportunity where we can flow more easily with this process. And potentially looking for ways where you can ground yourself. Right, go looking for ways where we can connect a little bit more deeply with Mother Earth, maybe connecting with our body. So with that, and continuing on that notion, I am feeling there's this dissociation, this disorientation that's happening. There's also this dissociation from the body, not allowing either the fullness of the situation or the emotions to come through when we're trying to control things and control the outcome. And there is an opportunity and ask here to soften, to surrender, to offer your whole being to the divine. And when you do so, you begin to flow. And when you begin to look at the situation, so be present within your body, observing the situations that are unfolding before you, truths that are being revealed, knowledge that you are gaining at this moment. It's just observing them, being curious about them, and allowing the wisdom to integrate into your body. So things are happening very rapidly in an instant with every single decisions that are made. So let's say if you feel very resonate with this message, and you feel the energy that's coming through my words and through listening, you can say, I accept, I receive. And just even through that process of accepting and receiving, magic is already happening in the unseen world, and it's going to manifest itself into the physical world. So if there's an opportunity to soften or to ease more into it, invite it in. Invite in a little bit more love, a little bit more light, a little bit more warmth. And I think there's also this component here. I think I talked about sacred space, a space where you can feel the fullness of your emotions, the fullness of your being, becoming that own shelter of safety for yourself too. Is that Spirit wants you to know that even in this very moment, as you're listening to this message, we are in a sacred container. The space that I've carefully co-created with the divine roaring resonance is a sacred container, and the space is ready to receive the fullness, your fullness. The space is here to protect you and is here to support you on all sides. We are here to witness you, witness your path, your journey, your unfolding, your awakening. And you are safe, you are seen, and you are heard. So the question is, if you were to soften in this moment, where would you flow to? If you were to just simply take a moment to just let go of the rein a little bit and observe the situation that's unfolding, just observe what truths are coming up, observing how those emotions are sitting within your body, even decisions that you are so ready to make, so ready to pounce upon because in reaction to a situation. How do those emotions, how do those decisions feel and sit within your body? When you take a moment to pause and allow these emotions and these decisions to sit within your body, you will gain clarity. You will come to understand your body more. As I'm saying all of this to you too, these are both activations for myself too, where I'm learning how to soften into my body and allowing for this integration and embodiment to occur as I'm gaining knowledge, as I'm gaining wisdom, as I'm connecting, now allowing this wisdom to just live within my body before I take intentional actions. So perhaps through letting go a bit of control, you can invite in more ease into your life. I think there is a need right now to take a pause and to just take a deep breather. So let's do that all together. Hold at the very top, tense it all up, and let it all go. Thank you for doing that with me. And today too is the full moon in Scorpio. And Scorpio is all about depth. Scorpio is a water sign. So talk about synchronicities and magical moments right here, right now. Is that Scorpio is a water sign. Water signs about emotion. So there's a huge energy around emotions and intuition and feeling and diving deep. So with the sun in Taurus too, Taurus is Venusian energy. Taurus is beauty, about love, about sensuality. It's about the body. So something is being illuminated here, and that's something I feel is around relationships with the divine, relationships with your dream, with relationships with your body, with your emotions. And just to clarify here, relationship with your dreams, meaning like if you had a goal that you wanted to manifest, right? What is your relationship to that? So let's say if you want to manifest a whole bunch of money, an abundance of money. Well, what is your relationship with that? Is it like, oh no, I can't, I don't have a lot of money right now. I don't know how I'm gonna get there. Or is it like a relationship like, wealth comes to me naturally and easily. It flows so magically. It's observing the relationships that you have with these manifestations, because one of the core tenets of being able to manifest something is to be able to resonate at the same vibrations as those manifestations. And 6:26 on my clock right now. And so, tangent aside, this is talking about the relationships in totality. So there's a call to dive deep into the shadows. Then there's an opportunity here for shadow healing, shadow work, somatic healing, which allows you to to feel more into your body, and also to release any stress and tensions and trauma within your body. Yin yoga, yoga that is very, it's all about flow. And then womb healing, it's the sacral, that area, sacral chakra womb healing, to dive into the depths of your core, the core of your creation. And what you in the question to ask here for a food for thought, if you will, is that what can you do to allow more depth into your life? How can you soften more into the width of your being? And I think there may be some resistance here, especially diving into the depths of everything, because there's an element of, there's a lot of like physical responsibilities that are that I'm sensing right now. There's this, everybody is trying to pull pieces of you. Everybody needs your attention, your work, your children, your husband, your wife, your partner. Everybody just wants like a piece of you, your being. And there is a call for you to, and more like a practical implemented spiritual action is to, how can I call my power back to me? How can I call pieces of myself back to me and create that space so that I can focus on myself? And that is creating boundaries, right? Creating boundaries around your physical self, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual being, and allowing other people to take accountability of their own messiness where you can, where you are able to afford that, and where you can find ways where you can just take a moment. And I think this is a great exercise, right? Can you take a moment to pause and be a bit more curious about the feelings that are bubbling up if when you think about a certain task that you have to get to? And is the feeling or the thoughts behind that, like, oh, I have to do it because nobody else will do it. I have to do it because it's always me. I have, this person can't take care of themselves, or et cetera, et cetera. Like, just take a moment to be curious about these thoughts. And we're gonna go through this exercise of not being judgmental around it. There is a space, this space accepts all pieces of you, because we know where we're headed. We know what we're learning and remembering what our soul purpose, and we are remembering our sovereignty. We are remembering that we are the creator of our own reality. So when we do that, when you take a moment to understand and be curious about the thoughts that are fueling our behaviors, and potentially the emotions that are fueling the thoughts and therefore the behavior, there is potentially, and I'm feeling right now, all this huge tension. Like yesterday I talked about it as like a pressure cooker. Today it's like a feeling like the sacred rage, this rage, anger. Oh, anger bubbling up inside, and where you just want to say, F it. You just don't want to take care of it anymore. You are done. And there's this meme that's coming up in my head where it's like just the tape, you just want to flip the table. And perhaps, right, you're also, while you have this thought of like, I just want to say F it, I want to flip the table, there's a little bit of like a guilt that's coming into, like oh no, I shouldn't do that, they need me. All these other emotions are coming in. So there's this like duality of two worlds coming in right now, where it's like, yes, I don't want to do it, I know this is right, but I can't do it, all of this. So there's this and I think it's part of that being disoriented. There's a set of energy here. And perhaps as you sit in stillness, or as you sit with yourself and you just observe your thoughts in a very compassionate, non-judgmental way, and you can begin to realize that there is a part of you that chose to take care of these people because it's a direct reaction or a response due to old wire and old narratives of wanting to be seen, wanting to be heard, wanting to be loved, or even wanting to just simply feel safe. And through the act of controlling, you are able to create that sense of safety. And sorry, I just took a pause here because I just saw a beautiful magical moment here. A hawk just flew back across the window. So, taking a moment to ground back. Is that maybe realizing that there's this opportunity here where you can create in those boundaries, learning how to be very intentional about your actions as you're realizing just how powerful you are too in reality creation and co-creating your own heaven on earth. You realize that your words have power, your thoughts have power, your feelings and emotions have power. So you are learning to create boundaries around it so you can further deepen into the core of who you are, so you can remember who you are. And as you create these boundaries, you are also learning how to vocalize your needs. And so and by vocalizing your needs and setting these boundaries, you are allowing others to remember their own sovereignty, remembering their own power, and take accountability for their own life and messiness. And there's this beautiful exchange. Of course, it may be, if you're somebody who's always, you have been in like people pleasing tendencies and codependent relationship, vocalizing boundaries, vocalizing needs, it will be a little clunky, like a awkward dance in the very beginning, but with practice it becomes, you're building a habit. Let's take another breath. And I think too, through this journey, there is a wanting that there's a deep soul. There's a soul, like a wisdom that's coming from the depth of your, like it right behind the heart chakra, maybe even deeper than that too, where it's like, I know that there's a different way. I know that there has to be a different way. Like life can't just simply be all about this like constant battle of competition and conflict and just like challenges to do things differently. Like, shouldn't be so hard to get people or to like. I think it's just realizing that all of this control of trying to control other people, trying to control every situation, trying to do everything, and when it doesn't happen at the drop of the hat, there's this frustration that's coming up, and it's just this the amount of chaos and drama. And I think part of that too, Scorpio can be very chaotic energy. I feel into it, and I feel like there's this like, I'm done. Like, I don't want this anymore. I don't want the drama. I don't want the chaotic energy in my life anymore. So how do I get there? And really is part of it. I know you know what you need right at this time to answer that question of, how do I get there? And there is an opportunity here with the full moon in Scorpio too, is to dive deep into ourselves, into our shadows, and taking, it doesn't have to be like a mile run or anything. This is just taking one step after the other and choosing you, learning to choose to fill your own cup first before you can fill somebody else. Choosing you means saying no. No is a complete statement. No is self-care. Learning to recognize what are no's, what are yeses, and vocalizing them. And it'll be clunky for the first time, but through practice and over time, you're going to build that confidence. Just take it one step at a time, 1 second at a time, and ease into it. 6:36 on my clock right now. So there you go. So that's all the messages that I have for you today. With all of this tumultuous energy, I am with you through this. I am going through this myself. And I am sending you so much love, so much light. We have an abundance of love and light all around us. We are protected, we are guided. I love you so much. And until next time. Bye, guys. The light in me sees the light in you. And we are all one.